Welcome to No Enemies Here, the show, where you don't know what the hell's gonna happen till it happens. Same thing with me, I swear. So welcome to the show, and today it's a full house. We have Ken from Seek Out and Play. We got a special thingy from Meandering Mike in his cave of craziness, which also coincides with Charlie Charles Latora, the one-eyed Jack. They sent me pictures. Thank you for participating. Can't say much for the other people. Come on, man. Huh? I thought we were family. La Madonna. Charles sent me pictures. I put together a video, but Meandering Mike incorporated it into his show. So what I'm gonna do, Charles, don't freak out. I'm gonna save Charles for next week, and I'm hoping other people will send their pictures so I can do this. So I'll have the greatest game collection in the world video next week also. And today we're gonna go through Meandering Mike's, and I think Meandering Mike's gonna have another video that he's gonna send me. I don't know, maybe he said next week or something, but that I'm gonna forward it to the week after. I'm gonna put Charlie's in. Other than that, I saw two new games. One from Legion Wargames, man, and it's called Doodle Bugs, and it's by Steve Dixon, the same guy who made Picket Duty. And I just like these things. I know it's probably gonna be a simple game with a lot of charts, and it's gonna create a narrative, but you know what? Come on, man. It's a V2, man. You know what I'm saying? Or is it a V1 or a V2? What the hell? Is it a V1 buzz bomb or a V2 buzz bomb? I think it's a V2 buzz bomb. But anyways, it's a doodle bug. And so, that looks really interesting. So I'm wondering when. That's why you come here, to get the news, right? So I'm wondering when that's going to happen. And also, while I was putting together this show, another great picture, box art, by VUCA, and it's St. Lo, the capital of ruins. And it's the guys Jules Canu and Clément from the great country of France. And it just looks like a lot of fun. I mean, look at it. You know? Thank God, VUCA, you're doing that. Not cartoony, but cartoony artwork, whatever. So yeah. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm yawning all the time, and it's not because I'm bored, because I ain't bored. It's just I don't know, I'm stupid. And something else also by Wes Crawford. Wes Crawford from Warfrat Games. He's hosting a demo play session of Engine Thieves, aka The Great Locomotive Chase, at Game Castle in College Park, Maryland, at 7 p.m. this Thursday, coming May 29th. It's past. Everyone is invited. Remember, you don't need a ticket to ride if you steal the train. You got it. That's a shot at Alan Moon. You don't need a ticket to ride if you steal it. I'm trying to get Alan R. Moon on. I'd love to get him on the Chit Show, but you try to get in touch with Alan R. Moon. If anybody knows how to get in touch with Alan Moon, send it to me. I'll get the guy. All right. So that's it. We have Ricardo is in the house.
And I'm Grant.
I remember I was saying that, eh? Yeah, Ricardo's in the house.
There's only one Grant, and I'm him.
Meandering Mike and his craziness cave, and Ken from Seek Out and Play. And so with that said, enjoy the show.
Hello everyone, this is Riccardo Masini, and this time the greatest day in Historian Games is June 21st, 1942. A crucial day in which the entire struggle for North Africa in World War II took a totally different course. The day Tobruk fell. Now we are in North Africa during World War II, during the campaign for North Africa, which to every wargamer in the world means a logistical nightmare. A war that is fought over very harsh terrain with absolutely zero resources for which to draw, so you're totally dependent from your own logistical chains. This means that there are certain strategic assets that are absolutely crucial to keep your troops well supplied, well fed, and with enough ammo and fuel to carry on operations. One of those resources, possibly the most important structure in the area, was the port of Tobruk. It is also important still today. Tobruk had been modernly equipped with modern moorings and modern logistical structures by the Italians. It was an Italian port in 1935 with the consolidation of the Italian presence in Libya. After that, war came. Italy declared war against Great Britain and France, and in December 1940, with the Operation Compass, British forces actually conquered and took the port of Tobruk. After that, when Rommel came to Africa, and with the Africa Corps and the renewed Axis effort in North Africa, Rommel immediately identified Tobruk as one of its main objectives to carry on operations. With the Operation Sonnenblumen, he immediately attacked Tobruk and immediately began a very long, very violent siege of the place, of the location. So violent, so important Tobruk was for the war effort in the area that British forces immediately counterattacked and made and executed operation after operation in the following months and even years to actually relieve Tobruk from its siege. Operations Brevity, and Battle Axe, which were more or less a failure, and also Operation Crusader in 1941, which was a success, relieving the siege of Tobruk. Now, Tobruk immediately began for the British for the Commonwealth forces a fundamental logistical point from which obtain and gather all the supply coming from the Atlantic, from the Strait of Gibraltar, and of course Malta, the small but very greatly important island in the middle of the ocean, in the middle of the Mediterranean, sorry, from which the convoys could then start to resupply the British and Commonwealth forces in North Africa, landing their supplies at Tobruk. Now we are in 1942, and in 1942 Tobruk is stock full of stockpiles of fuel, ammo, and other materials for a possible operation that is actually considered at the time Operation Acrobat, a possible move towards Tripoli. Tobruk is before Cyrenaica, Tripoli is in the middle of Cyrenaica, and gaining control of Tripoli with a possible in 1942 with a possible joint landings in Tunisia by the American forces could mean the fall of all Axis positions in North Africa. That operation by the US forces is still called Operation Gymnast. In the meantime, to do so, the British prepare a great defensive position. They are clear the locations around Tobruk of the siege, and so they prepare a lot of defensive boxes, that is, a lot of defensive position to prepare for this great effort that should be in conjunction Operations Acrobat and Operation Gymnast. This means that Tobruk itself is stripped of its own defenses to lend some defensive assets to all those boxes in the desert. So they are called. Rommel understands the sudden weakness of the British position because they are preparing an operation, but they are not going to the offensive. And so Rommel launches Operation Venice, Operazione Venezia in Italian. The idea is to finally capture Tobruk with all its resources now that it's less protected by itself. In a series of rapid attacks, Commonwealth defensive boxes are conquered one by one, not unlike what had happened with the Italian forts during Operation Compass in 1940, especially near the coastal position of Gazala. The British withdrawal from the first defensive boxes soon it transforms itself into a rear route, which leaves Tobruk totally exposed. The withdrawal is a route to Mersa Matruh and the El Alamein line, that is the last defensive line before going to Egypt itself and before threatening Alexandria of Egypt. Tobruk is in danger, but this time it is also much weaker because the most substantial New Zealand forces have been substituted. There has been a rotation with Indian and South African forces under General Klopper. Generals O'Killek and Ritchie understand that Tobruk cannot hold for long, but the first objective is that they understand that the position has become very vulnerable, but they want to avoid a pocket and encirclement that is a capture that will be in the capture also of the troops stationed there in the fence. Also, Churchill understands that the position is untenable, so at first he is for a withdrawal, but then he's not. Now there is a problem in communications. Suddenly, Churchill says, no, we have to defend the place. There's too much stockpile, too much resources there. And so the troops are not evacuated, even if a corridor is established. Rommel senses this indecision and on June 17 closes the evacuation corridor. First he attacks the evacuation corridor, he seals it off, so the pocket is actually formed, the garrison is trapped. Axis forces also managed to capture the nearby airfields, so the air missions, air sorties, rotations by Axis units, German and Italian air units, is much heavier, and heavy bombings begin on Tobruk itself. The defenders do their best to contain the enemy and begin to destroy the great resources, the great stockpiles of material that are still there in Tobruk. They're still trapped in Tobruk. The counterattacks, however, are confused. The Axis forces are too numerous, both Italian and German forces. Also, the Italian have more modern vehicles. Finally, they have the 75 Semoventes, the self-propelled gun. They're on par with the Commonwealth vehicles. Finally, also the Germans have Panzers. They have better tactics, better integration. So the position begins to shrink, to close. On June 20, Klopper sends a message to his commanders and says, we have to prepare for a counterattack. It is a very desperate counterattack to break through. But by June 21 in the morning, he realizes that it is all useless by now, and that will be only a collective suicide, and sends envoys to the Germans to surrender. And they surrender. Now Tobruk is in Axis hands with all this incredible stockpile of supplies and resources, and Rommel also received the baton of Field Marshal for this feat, even if he would say, I would have preferred a couple of divisions more than this baton. Anyway, the Italian Alto Commando, the Italian High Commander, and General Kesselring now say, okay, we now have so much resources, the situation in North Africa is, by now, it's good. Commonwealth forces are on retreat. We have Tobruk. Now we have sold Malta. We can get Malta. With that, the supplies to the British forces are cut. They will have so many more difficulties in getting supplies. And so then after Malta, we will be able to finally push away all the Commonwealth forces. But Rommel does not agree on this line of conduct. He says that the critical position for the Commonwealth forces is not Malta. Malta is secure. They are withdrawing. I want to immediately use those stockpiles, still stay on the offensive in Africa, and immediately assault the Alamein line. This decision is crucial because Malta is left by its own devices. It is not. There was Operation C3, Operazione C3, that was already underway to make an airborne and sea landing on Malta. This is suspended, and Rommel begins pounding immediately at the defensive line in Egypt, the El Alamein line, with the battles of Alamein Alpha and the first battle of El Alamein, but he cannot break through. The British defensive line holds. And after that, with the new British commander, General Montgomery, and also with the supplies still coming from Malta, which still remains unconquered, and finally, this situation begins a defensive stall, an operational mode is imposed, and this gives Montgomery enough time to gather more resources, and finally, by the end of 1942, unleash the second battle of El Alamein, which in Italy we still remember that, then because the great route from North Africa, and in conjunction now with Operation Torch, the actual landing by US forces will be the end of the presence of Axis forces in North Africa. Well, with all this chronicle, this story, I think that is very evident the link between the position of Tobruk and the position of Malta. And there are many games on the North African front, and the conflict on North Africa, in North Africa, but I think that there is one that really captures this link between the two crucial positions of the conflict in North Africa, that they are Tobruk and Malta. And this game is Malta besieged by Worthington Publishing. Malta Besieged is a States of Siege series game. It is a solitaire game, and it really captures how all those operations are tied together. You have to defend Malta and still manage the North African front, and the North African front has the Commonwealth commander, and it really depends on the status of Malta with all their convoys. It really gives you an idea of the evolution of the conflict and of its crucial positions like Tobruk, Mersa Matruh, and El Alamein. It's a highly narrative game with tense dramatic moments. Every time there is an inbound convoy from the Atlantic, you hear in your head your sirens. You do all that you can to defend that the convoy from a constant, and also the island from a constant threat from air, sea, and land invasion. You need to balance defenses. This means that you need to balance actual defenses, supplies, and also the morale, the garrison morale in Malta. But everything is tied to what is happening on the land in North Africa. Worthington made a great new edition of one of the most innovative and engaging titles of the States of Siege series, and really, I really love this title. And yes, I really love the conflict in North Africa. I'm really interested in it. For me, this is one of the very best titles, even if it is a totally different perspective, a totally different point of view on the conflict. But it is very interesting, very engaging, very strategic, and lots of historical detail card by card. This is a highly recommended solitaire game that will really make you feel in command of the conflict in North Africa. So that's it for this time. See you on the next battlefields. Ciao.
Black J.
Okay, let's get on with the crux of the show. The crux. C-R-U-X. The crux. All right. Tony of Tony's Board Life. It was live, and I chimed in to say, hey, guys, don't you guys have a job or something? You're always online. Anyways, Tony's Board Life. Let's play. It's Men of Iron Battle of Tewkesbury. Tewkesbury. And, I'm sorry, I think work is running me ragged. Today we had no electricity, and I couldn't even paint my minis. You know what I'm saying. Anyways, so that's what's happening on Tony's Board Live. This was live. Advanced Squad Leader Spotting Rounds. 3 videos, and they look the same because it looks like the same shot, but no. It's 3 different games. Man, the guy's stoic, eh? You can tell his eyes moved. So he's got 3 videos, and it's Le Franc-Tireur, The Green Hell of Ainur. Then unboxing BFP, Mannerheim Cross, BFP, British freaking... Then there's unboxing ASL Journal number 11 on Advanced Squad Leader Spotting Rounds. Advanced Squad Leader Academy, 2 videos, and it's the ASL Random Selection Show, episode 1. This guy's making ASL fun. You know what I'm saying? Huh? It's like having drama on a... Well, not drama. It's like making chess fun. You know? Anyways. The ASL Random Selection Show, episode number 1. Then, an MMP roundtable discussion. Number 8 with Kurt Schilling. Kurt Schilling is a Hall of Fame member. Baseball. Agility Snips Gaming Table has 3 videos, and it's Patrols and an Aftermath. Vietnam Mission 3 Part 3 Fields of Fire Deluxe. Look, get the game. Get the game. And also Platoon 2 moves on patrol. Vietnam Mission 3 Part 4. And Mike Bertuccelli's game, Can Mike Bertuccelli Save Us? Patrol 2 Part 1 Wolfpack by GMT Games. The Artie! It's because I saw Stigler there. Yeah, I want to play. Whatever. Artie of ARDWULF'S Lair has tons of videos, and we didn't do a chit show this week because Artie was entertaining, I think. Family. Here he's an unboxing special by Sword and Bayonets with special guest Alan Stigler Dickerson. I love Alan. Doesn't look like he has a sense of humor, but he does. Anyways, Artie at ARDWULF'S Lair, and check out Stigler, man. Huh? And if you see Stigler, tell him how many games has he sold this year. On ASL Scenario Archives, the gentlemen are doing IR-116, The Melting Pot. Georgie Otis, please, help me. Let me know. Assault Games, 1 video, and it's Assault Games SITREP, May 2025. Is he the author of this game? Yes, he is. Wolfgang Klein. How come we don't... But what's going on? Why don't we have more of Wolfgang's games? I'm going to reach out to him. That's what's happening. Liz of Beyond Solitaire, podcast 198 with Anada Gupta and Designing for Board and Video Games. Now, Anada Gupta is 50% on paper of Twilight Struggle. You know what I'm saying? The man, famously known as Calandale Enrico Viglino, has 2 videos, and it's the same subject, and it's Nation in Arms, First Coalition, 1793C and 1794. A whole year passed. What happens? Check it out on Calandale. Camp Sawyer has Great Battles of American Civil War Rules Quiz. Love it. Love it. You want to learn rules? That's the way to learn rules. For me. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
The fourth and final Wednesday of May 2025 brings the Speak Out and Play podcast, How to Find Your Favorite New Game. Plus, the latest Warfighter news from DVG and my progress on creating Warfighter videos, what new games have arrived and what videos I will be creating for later this year and next year, and what is coming up for June 2025, all on the Seek Out and Play YouTube channel. Check out more videos when you subscribe to the Seek Out and Play YouTube channel. In addition, there is a monthly Speak Out and Play podcast, which you can find on Buzzsprout and Spotify. For just $2 per month, you can support the channel by becoming a Patreon member and see the videos and podcast 48 to 72 hours in advance. At least one new video is released every week on the Seek Out and Play YouTube channel, so I will see you next Wednesday.
Cardboard Commander is looking at World War II campaigns 1940, 41, and 42 by Compass Games, and Series 120 Classic Edition, and it's the Soviet Union. Well, it's gonna be Barbarossa, huh? On Cardboard Commander. Carl Walmsley, the man with the hair. 2 videos. Is skirmish wargaming dominating the hobby? Also, running a wargame channel for a year. He's only been doing this for a year? Holy cow, and he's got 2,500 subscribers. Good for you, Carl. With only 49 videos, good for you. Please, subscribe. If you're watching this, you're not subscribed, just click the goddamn button. Because I've been at 2,600 subscribers for 3 years. Not one. In 3 years. I mean, we have a core family, 2,600 of them, and you can't get more core than that. Anyways. Dave of Centurion's Review and his friend Len are back. Dave is back. And Help Arrives Review. And look, I took a bad screenshot. But anyways, it's nice to see Dave and Len. Len's t-shirt. I don't know what that means. Can anybody tell me on the comments what's that? Because I just saw a small YouTube thing, or a CBC thing, sorry, Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, that there's a resurgence of the Soviet Union days. It's happening. A new Stalin statue. You know what I'm saying? And I actually heard a couple of people say, yeah, that was the past, but he did some good things. Jesus. He did some good things. Yeah, but I think his bad things overshadow his good things. Did he win World War II? No. Not alone. But they did make a dent, though. They kept the Nazis busy on the East. Charles Latorra has 4 videos. The first one is a great read, Atlas of the Ancient World. Fun. Then 2mm. Next turn should have some shooting. Unions and Rebels of the ACW, the American Civil War. 2mm. Charles, I thought you were crazy with 28mm. 2mm. I mean, that's the size of I was thinking of things, but I'm not gonna say it. But that's the size of a snot. God. Anyways, 15mm. There you go. As he upgraded in size. Persians trying to get the paint to look somewhat right. Charles, I understand it is difficult, and it's all about masking your mistakes, man. Just like in fly tying. If something's screwed up, well, add something to hide that screw up. Charlie, listen to me. I've been around. And then there's Mail Call. Hood Strikes North on North and Thunder on the Mississippi from great campaigns of the American Civil War on Charles Latour's channel. Why does he only have 216? Come on, help the guy out. For God's sakes, make him happy. You know? Compass Games has a Town Hall episode 112 live. Dad versus son. Come on, Dad. Good. I'm glad you're doing well. You know, send me something. I'll text you, whatever. He is playing Fields of Fire, and it's Normandy Mission 1 turns 2 to 5. That's what he's into. And each video, well, there's 2 videos that are an hour long and 2 others that are half an hour. Check it out because it's tense. Also 11s. On Dave's Gaming Cave, Lock and Load Publishing, he is opening the box to JU87 STUKAJOE on Dave's Gaming Cave. Eric's Table Napoleonic Battles, 2 videos, and it's Battle of Lobositz 1756. It's 10 a.m. turn, or 10:20, because we have to be specific here, because within 2-3 minutes, things shift. And also, the Battle of Moscow 1812 at 1:20, Part 1. The Shiv! Gaming with E.R. Bickford, 3 videos, 2 videos on Axis Empires, Part 25-26. And then he's gonna show us his West End game collection. Bloody hell, Earl! God! I'm getting rid of my games, man! Don't do this to me! Don't do this to me! I don't want to get rid of my games. I'm getting rid of my games. The Leonidas of ASL. George Chiotis. Archer versus Panther, Tape 2 by George Chiotis. That's what's written there. That's what's happening. And why does George always look cold? I mean, come on, George! Tiganis, George, Fari stole, man. Hexed Encountered 4 videos. Hexed Encounter Memorial Day 2025, plus Warhammer 40k Battle Sector, and then Midweek Magazine number 13, Paper Wars number 109, Battle Freikorps 1919, and Brothers at War 1862, a Compass Games gameplay on Hexed Encountered. Hissy Cat, Pocket Commandos, postcards from the front 2025. Now, who did this postcard? I don't know. You design them, we'll play them. On Hissy Cat. My favorite Frenchie, Fred Serval. And there's other Frenchies happening there, and there's a Rusky. So there's Fredo, the Rusky Volko, Jules, the Frenchie, Christophe Correia, the not Frenchie, but probably Frenchie, and Anthony. It's not Antoine, so I don't know. Anyways, they're talking about Wellington, a classic Napoleonic CDG taught by the master, the blaster, the... God, this guy's a brain. Volkoronke. The Overseer, Big Boss, Big Brother, ID Jester. I just put up 8 videos. Look at it. Let's take a good look. He's playing Warframe. Now, nobody does videos like ID Jester. As many videos as ID Jester. Not even Kilroy! And Kilroy does a lot of videos. And, man, he's just losing it. Holy cow, one video, 6 hours long. Now another one's 4 hours. What's going on? Seriously? Holy cow. Say bye to Big Brother, ID Jester. Welcome to this content of discontent. Who's content? Are you content with this content? If you're content with this content, everybody's content. All right, so, okay. This is going to be on my modeling bit, my modeling life. You know, here we go. Okay, so, my plan for building all these models, firstly, is it's therapeutic. And secondly, it occupies the mind. And a mind like mine, ADHD, my superpower is to focus when I'm interested in something. Well, let me tell you, I'm interested in modeling and painting and dioramas. So the end goal is a diorama for me. All right, so we'll see what's going on. So look, picture number one. Now, yes, the back is my work desk, right? And the stuff. But look at that. We have a welder, and they're welding and working on a Tiger tank engine. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make it as realistic as possible. And so I've scuffed up a lot of stuff. And I'm going to show you how later, or what I use for scuffing. It's funny, eh? But anyways, like, look at those old barrels with the bucket on top. And I thought, you know, if you're going to build models and have them in pristine condition for showcasing, that's fine. So you put it in your little curio cabinet with glass and everything's beautiful and fine. What I'm going to do is put in my curio glass and it being fine too is still life scenes. Scenes of... Oh, let me check my volume. I bet you it's down. Is it down? It's down. Here we go. That's better. All right? So I'm not going to start over. I'm just going to edit it and fix it good. Whatever. So my goal is to make it as realistic as possible, as much as my skills can take me to this stage. The gas tanks, the nitrogen tanks, oxygen tanks for the welder. I wanted to use 2 cords, but 2 cords like in parallel, not all wrapped up. So anyways, I don't know if that works very well because I never saw any welder with a twisted cord. So I don't know. I think I'm going to be using something else. But anyways, and this is not finished, by the way, obviously. So I want to make, like I said, I wanted to make it realistic. The guy's working on the Tiger tank engine, putting in new carburetors, taking out the old carburetor, and, you know, having a pump there, and the guy looking at him, and more oxygen and welding tanks. Like I said, those 3 barrels and the bucket on top. No, and when I put the bucket on top, it was straight, and I thought, nah, you know, this is a working place. So I knocked it over, and I'm gonna leave it like that on a tank. Like, you know, some people go there, they work, and they put the bucket and it falls, whatever, and it's not painted, right? Just like the guy to the right of the tanks is not finished painting. He's going to be like the guy completely to your right in blue. Same thing with the guy holding the pipe. And anyways, let's go on to picture number 2. I just wanted to show you the tank, the welder's mask. Okay. And obviously the engine is not finished. Let's go to picture number 3. And look at that different shot. Look at the working table, eh? And I tried to make that realistic too, but there's a welding torch in the toolbox that's not finished painting because the tools themselves were weathered by me to make it look realistic. Because I saw something on the web and some guy did a toolbox and I couldn't believe it, how well he did the tools. But anyways, here we go. So there are the tools. There is a portable gas lamp or kerosene lamp. Look at my crowbars and my pliers and all that. That's pretty cool. Look at the monkey wrench. Not bad. I see the seam on the turny thing there. Whatever. Whatever. Anyways, that I have to fix. I gotta fix the guy. His hair is a little bit gray, though. Maybe he's aging. This guy's fixing a pipe, the little grinder. And yeah, let's go on to picture number 4. That's another angle of it. I'm just showing you, you know, picture number 5. And the reason why I'm saying picture number 5, so I know when to put it up. I also did these Goliaths, the exploding, or the bomb tanks. And obviously not finished. There's another shot there. And another picture with a mini next to it. And my minis are not very good in the face. I still find them, God, a bit dolly. And I don't want them to be dolls. So anyways, let's go on another picture. And this is a field kitchen. A German field kitchen. And it started off blue. Like the one to your left. Or completely to your left. And then the one to your right is the actual kitchen, which I heavily weathered it. Like a bit of rust, a broken pan. There's more stuff to go on it. There's 4 or 5 minis that are going to go on there. The wood is not finished because it's too piney. I don't want it that pine color. Next picture. There's a close-up of my field kitchen. And as you can see where the actual oven is, you're going to see a big blob just before the lid. Well, that's me adding an excessive amount of glue. I could try to clean it up. But come on. Come on. There's another shot of it in the back. I gotta put some fire marks. There's 3 little doors there. That's where you put your embers or whatever. And here it is with a little horsey that does not come with the kit. This is probably... it's not drawn by a horse, but it's probably drawn by... carried by, I don't know, a half-track, whatever you want to call it. And there's the final shot, real close-up. I really enjoyed the weathering on the left wheel completely. And there's still stuff to do. And also, my Stug. I wanted it weathered, big time, like out of battle, something, you know. So the plate in the front, I don't know why it's crooked like that, but that's fine. It's fine. We're gonna leave it as such. Here's a frontal shot. Hey, that's pretty damn good, man. If I do say so myself, the rust. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Hey. Here's the top. That's a bad shot. Next. Here's the back. Look at that rusted exhaust. I'm impressed with myself here. It's the first time I take pictures, and it's not even good pictures, but I'm impressed. I really got into it, and you know what? It shows. I'm learning. Okay, and what I used to weather, meaning to make it weathered. Okay, so I use these weathering pencils. Here, that's not very good. Here's another shot. There you go. These are all these pencils, and it's like, it's a crayon, but it's pastel-y a bit. Dry, it's hard. When you wet them a bit, it lays on the color. And then you just take your brush and you brush it off, and you keep as much as you want on it, and depending on the color. If you want rust, you would use a rust type color. Smoke, you would use smoke, whatever, you know, stuff like that. So, that's it. That's my discontent today. Christ, it went on for 10 minutes. Anyways, everybody just be happy. Just be happy. Be happy, okay? Just be happy. Respect! Jim Ozarski, 2 videos only. Dead Leon's Attack for LaSalle 2 and A Long Street 2 versus 2 in 1862 on Jim Ozarski's channel. Juste Garde, 2 videos of the same subject, and it's learning Lace Wars, Army of Roussillon, Red Sash Games, Part 1 and Part 2 on Juste Garde. KilRoyWasHere, Bobby. Bobby's got 7 videos. Yeah, I know you see 8, but come on, it's 7. So he looks at Line of Fire, Burnt Moon, and this is by Osprey, and it's an unboxing and first look. Then Harry Potter, Hogwarts Battle, Yosopoly, unboxing plus quick look plus books plus movies. I'm not into Harry Potter, man. I don't know, I just really got into Lord of the Rings, and yeah, I don't know. Anyways, then it's Lock-and-Roll Publishing, Stukalita Dunkirk 1940 short campaign. Oh, it's a DVG game, sorry. I'm thinking of a JU-87. Yes. And then Red Strike by VUCA, an unboxing and CSR award winner. Don't forget the CSRs. Then a tri-pack number 2, Battles of the American Revolution by GMT. And Coffee with Kilroy, my favorite segment, Fire and Movement number 22, July/August 1980. And Joan of Arc. Orléans, Draw and Write, Capstone Games, Unbox and Remembrance of Joan of Arc. Was Joan of Arc real, first of all? You know what I'm saying? Not gonna say. On Learn This Game, it's Stalingrad, Advance to the Volcan, 1942 by Revolution Games. Revolution. On Legendary Tactics, 3 videos, a boardless game, Fields of Fire. Yeah, boardless. But oh my, diorama. What's inside the massive wargame box? Reboxing, an example of what's going on. Then Twilight Strike. Oh, thank you very much. I didn't have to do that. My ex-wife just brought me my supper. She's nice. I still like her. Anyways, Twilight Struggle Mid-War Strategy Guide. And if you could only buy 1 new Heroescape set, which is the best value? You got money, buy it. Mark Felton of Mark Felton Productions. The guy looks like a vampire, by the way. He does look like a vampire. Look at him. 3 videos. Titanic Medals of Honor, Rare Relic of Tragedy, and then The Strange Death of Rudolph Hess. Episode 2, Allied Prisoner number 7. I watched it. Did he get killed? Or did he just die of old age? Being alone in Spandau for I don't know how many years. They say he killed himself, or he was killed. Or he died natural causes. Whatever. And then Who Murdered Joachim Peiper? The Strange Death of Himmler's Favorite Warrior. God, Himmler, what a scumbag. All this on Mark Felton's production. And the man who is everywhere, because his name is a color, Matt White Wargames, the Wargame artist. 2 videos of the same subject, and it's Rhode Island 1778 After Action Report, Part 1 and Part 2, and this is a GMT game. Rhode Island, I'm thinking Mark Meatloaf's. That's what I'm thinking. Designer, that is. Mike Lambo. Well, what the hey? I thought he had a new game out. Like, he puts out games once a week. And what is Wargame Vault? You know, if you don't know Wargame Vault, watch the video and you're gonna freak out. No, you will freak out at the amount of games that are out there. Model Nerd, look at that. This is by CSM. It's a resin model. It's a 135. Pigeons and Triumph motorcycle. That's an old Triumph, man. The guy's carrying pigeons. Hey, look, dioramas. You need stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Also, Mo of Mo's Game Table has episode 79, May the Force Be With You, with Whiskey Charlie. On My Own Worst Enemies, Glory and Empire's First Victories, an unboxing. Nanguaya! He doesn't look well. He's got 2 videos. There will be no live stream for May 24th as I am sick. But, Nangui, you're wearing a hat to bed. But anyways, and then the 2nd Corps of the Russian 10th Army is planning to fall back Sunday, January, Shepokwa. Hey, this guy's playing that Weltkrieg like he's been playing that Weltkrieg since I've known him. Anyways. On the Nerd Workshop, 2 videos, and GMT The Last 100 Yards, the Russian front. Counter trays he made. Look at that. They look good. And then comparing GMT Games France 40, published in 2013 versus the 2024 one. Nick's Panzers. Look at that. Completed most difficult part of Mini Art's Grant MK1 detailed plastic kit 135. Mini Art, I got Mini Art. I like Mini Art. I don't have any here. Look at that. Anyways, Mini Art good for real obscure stuff like the field kitchen, you know, and a horse or something, whatever. Patrick's Tactics and Tutorials, 1 video on its Combat Commander on C3I from C3I Magazine, Scenario 118, Number 4, Commando. Prasutagus, the Orwell Wargamer, has 2 videos on its Prelude to Leipzig by John Thiessen, published by HOLLANDSPIELE. This is an unboxing. And then Hobby and Painting Desk update on June 25. You go, Prasutagus. Pushing Cardboard 3 video, Santa Maura and Capri unboxing. I've been to Capri. I've been to, is it Nero's Summer House? Or, I think it was Nero's Summer House, man. Holy moly. Unbelievable. Off the coast of Naples. Then unboxing for King and Country, a GMT game. And then David Thompson, Supply Lines of the American Revolution Northern Theater. I gotta get that guy. But the thing is that David Thompson, he's all over the place now. So to get him, you gotta pay him. You know what I'm saying? Anyways. For our Italian listeners, the Professor Riccardo Mazzini on his Checkpoint Charlie 22 communication, the ludic communication, how and why. Come e perché. Alright. Ruffy of Rough Swordsman Wargamer plays Skies Above Britain from GMT Games, and it's the final part playthrough. You see, I'm selling a hell of a lot of my games, but not this one. Not this one. Not that one. Stephen Dolges, 2 videos, same subject. Highway to the Kremlin 2 Borodino scenario, turn 1, and initial thoughts. Turn 1 and then initial thoughts. I finished the game at least, no? I don't know the video, so I can't say. Tabletop sci-fi. This always gives me a smile. Gamma Knights by TSR. Review on how to play. Also, Star Trek 3. Kobayashi's Maru. Or Kobayashi's Maru. Kobayashi Maru. Review and how to play. It's a West End game. Huh? A West End game. On the Board Game Chronicles, 3 videos, Fields of Fire, Keep Up the Fire, Standalone Mission Part 3, plus the Battle of Calton Goal, unboxing and an overview, and 1 hour World War II, unboxing and overview. 1 hour World War II, that is Worthington Publishing. Cody and Ray of The Discriminating Gamer have 8 videos, and Ins and Outcast, unboxing with Ray. Then Fill in the Game, unboxing with Ray. And Drunk Imposters, unboxing with Ray. Zombicide 2nd Edition, Paris, with Code. Then The Bell of Trees in 1938, Munich Crisis in Czechoslovakia, and also New Cold War. Then the Galileo Galilei unboxing with Ray, and Cody's Top 10 Best Production Games of May 2025 on The Discriminating Gamer. The name of the game looks at 1812, The Invasion of Canada, a how-to-play video on the name of the game. The Gentlemen of the Player's Aid have 3 videos, an interview with David Thompson. See, you want to get David Thompson? You gotta pay. And also, Time of War is a Strategemata. I know him. And interview with Steve Jones of Blue Panther at BGF Buckeye Game Fest 2025. The War Room will tell you what he will do on video as his next war game. GIMPY of the GIMPY Gamer 3 videos, Warhammer Skulls 2025. It's a giveaway, people. Then Maladum Tristram Game 4, Game Part 4, I should say, the finale, and Whiskey Charlie and Trench Raid Kickstarters. U-Boater 6582 videos, Old School Tactical versus Scenario 2. Old School Tactical Volume 4, Scenario 2, Turn 1 and Turn 2. Wow, Old School Tactical, eh? He's in Italy there, man. Yeah. Wise Guy History, Report on Axis Turn 2 by an OCS Case Blue Game MMP. Look at the size of that! On Wise Guy History. For our Polish viewers, Wojennik TV, 2 videos, Kevin McPartland interview in English, and there's Michelle, I haven't seen Michelle in a long time, and then Conquest of Paradise, Game Found Edition, on Wojennik TV. Cutesy Pootsy and Forever 27, 4 videos, Gettysburg, A Time for Heroes gameplay, an American Civil War wargame by Worthington, then Raiders of the Deep Solitaire Campaign Episode 11, May 1916 World War I U-Boat board game, then Night Fighter Command gameplay demo, Solo World War II wargame by War Diary Publications, and Night Fighter Command Impressions and Light Review Solo World War II Air Combat game on Forever 27 Zilla Blitz.
Howdy folks, Meandering Mike in the Man Cave of Madness bi-weekly channel update time. We have a special feature here about my wargame collection as requested by Dan Pincaldi. It's too long. The full video is on my channel. It'll be active by the time you see this on Dan's channel, but we tried to edit it down and do some stuff. Major problems because it's just too long. So I took a series of stills and short video clips and made part A. Next week will be part B of a highlight reel. So that'll be in a second. The other thing that I did during this period was an unboxing of a magazine called ASL Basic Training from MMP. This is considered an expansion to the ASL Starter Kit materials. So if you're interested in more ASL beginner-friendly material, check out that unboxing and see if that's for you. So, on to the highlight reel of Meandering Mike's Obsessive Acquisition Disorder, i.e. his wargame collection.
Howdy folks, it's Meandering Mike here at the entryway to the Man Cave of Madness. So before we go in and start looking at the war games, I want to show you a few things over in the main house. So we are in the main house right now. And I'm not supposed to keep war games in the main house. So back here at the man cave, we are entering. We're not going to do a walking tour. It's games are all intermixed, different kinds. We're only covering war games. So here's 6 games I'm planning on covering soon on my segment called Collector's Corner. So this messy stack here on the left, this is a whole bunch of Heroes of World War II, Heroes of Normandy, the Phoenix Enterprise Limited games that I covered in one of my Collector's Corner videos. Axis and Allies, of course, is a war game light. War of the Ring, 1st and 2nd edition of Battle of Fiber, that's a war game. Risk is a entry-level strategy game that's worth all the different variants, all the different rules. Obviously, your Quinto games, your Quinto, your Quinto, however you want to pronounce it. Down here, various old OSG titles tucked in amongst various strange games. And we have David Thompson's various co-designers. Witchcraft is obviously on a war game, but now these totes down here have various war games, whether it's Compass Games, GMT, Avalanche Press, other miscellaneous stuff. But here's some various GMT titles. Over here is Avalon Hill, and we're not going to go into detail on this. Here we have victory games here, but here's, well, that's the side. We showed those from the other side. So there are still some Avalon Hill, and their 3M stuff they carry, the Leisure Time. But more Avalon Hill. Larry Harris's The War Room. Various Milton Bradley stuff. We got a whole bunch of 3M box games, Task Force games, miscellaneous other stuff here. There's some more Avalon Hill, more 3W that continues back in there. What's down here? Some Osprey, Hobby Japan. Consider Starfire to be a war game. More 3W. There's various MMP titles stuffed in there. Richard Borg's The Great War. Magical shelves on the stairs are total chaos in terms of what's on them. I just sort of was stuffing things. There are some random war games here and there. I'm trying to move slow for Dan's sake. Atlantic Chase. We have Mike Lambo book games. These are all war games. So here we go. We've got Command and Colors Medieval, Crusaders, Norman Conquest. Some SPI flat packs here, but of course these are boxes full of SPI flat packs. There's Ottoman Sunset and Habsburg Eclipse. Those are States of Siege games. Things, card games like St. Elmo's Pay. Back here behind Uhura, that's Thunder in the East. And we have some miscellaneous war games tucked in here. Stacks of Herman Lutman games. Got GDW and a bunch of Compass games. Thank you for watching part A of Meandering Mike's obsessive acquisition disorder video. The highlights, the full video is available on my channel, but next week we'll have the highlights reel part B presented on Dan Bencaldi's No Enemy Here. So take it back to you, Dan.
Another week, another show. Man, I'm telling you, this one was, it was an hour and 5 minutes, you know? Come on, an hour and 5 minutes. So, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and please support this channel. We had Ricardo today. We had Ken. We had Mike and his Man Cave of Madness. Plus the best wargaming collection. I mean, that's insane. Next week, let's look for Charles Latoura's best wargame collection in the world. And please send me some pictures of your wargame collection. I will edit it and everything. Okay? God, man. Well, summer's here, big time. I mean, Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, it's going to be 32 degrees Celsius. That's probably like 105 or something for you guys. And I'm saying the Americans. I did have something to say concerning... Vince Ree. No worries, man. I'm going to ship it. I'm going to ship your games. Also, Gilbert Tostavin. Sorry, Gilbert. Sorry, Vince. And the person who won this here, Dogfight, I forget the name. I'm going to be mailing it. And did anybody win Blitzkrieg, or was it Dogfight or Blitzkrieg? Anyways, it's going to be one of those games. And knowing me, I'll probably send you both. That's my problem. That's why I never chased money, man, in my life. I was never a good businessman. I like to give. If I was rich, I'd make a lot of people happy. I'll tell you that much. A lot. Anyways, again, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here for the longest possible time. This is, I said, season 7. We're on season 8, man. I'm just... episode 40. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I'm confused with the numbers. I know what season we're on. Episode 40. Did we ever get to 40? Man. Anyways, it's time for me to chill before I watch TV and chill a bit more. So, I'll be relieving some tension from my shoulders because I got the weak in my body, you know. I smoke a little doob. And for me, it works, man. It releases the tension and I become mush. Some people it doesn't work, and I feel bad for them because what an easy way to chill, you know? So, thank you. Thanks for sticking around. And please subscribe if you haven't, if you're not a subscriber. And be nice, and I will see you next week.